my scrappy friends, welcome to my channel. I am working on a spread that I made a while ago, and I'm using um, a ton of stuff from the crepe paper collection that came out like in the springtime. I don't know, when did it come out? Like early, not even the spring. I think it was like February. But I thought that it would be fun to do a spread in this one notebook that I have. It's a grid notebook. Um, and so it kind of reminds me of like a traveler's notebook a little bit. So that's kind of, but it's a little bigger, which is why I used it. So I'm going to be putting that piece, that map piece, across the top so it goes all the way through. And that's the main pattern paper that I'm using. And there I'm going to layer some pictures behind those black and white pictures, which those are from online. So this is a good piece for you guys to see how you can take pictures that you found online from different sites. So I do a lot of ancestry type stuff, and actually I need to remember to do an ancestry video for you guys, sharing the tests that I had done for Christmas, and then I got them after Christmas, so in the early beginning of this year. But anyway, these pictures are from some of the research that I was doing on my family, and this is like my four-time great grandmother, maybe 4 or 5. Her name was Caroline, and so she in her later life did quite a bit of world traveling, and I want to say a lot of these were from the early 1900s, so 19 like before 1920, um, or around 1920 maybe. So, yeah, so these are from pictures that I found when I was looking through passport information. So this is one of, I guess maybe like a little tip. So one of the cool things that if you're looking for, you want to find old photos of your family, or even probably, I'm not sure how far ahead and or like behind in time you can see these documents, but so when you do your passport, you include a passport photo, right? Well, when you look through the archives, you can access and see the photo that goes with the passport application. So I'm not sure how they do it now, but back when my ancestor and I found these, she had a few different trips that she made that she needed a different to renew her passport or something. Like the one was from 1917 and one was 1921, and then 1924 she took some really big trips. So I made sure I put this journaling on my page because I probably won't ever remember it. But I found these photos when I was doing my research, and I thought it was really amazing because otherwise I would have never had these photos of my ancestor. So definitely, if you guys want to find family photos, say you have a great grandmother and you don't have a picture of her, you knew that she traveled, you might be able to find these pictures. Like I said, I don't know how far back it has to be able to access like the pictures that come with the passport information. But you can see there some of the questionnaires, like on the old passports, are really simple. They basically just want to know where you're going, and and usually it has some spousal information or like family information, which is really awesome, and where they were located. So you can find out what state, what their address was, and then where they were going. And so I found out that my, like I said, I think it's like my 4-time maybe great grandmother, she did a ton of traveling after her spouse died, and I know she did some stuff on her own, and she did some stuff with her like daughter, and they did like cruises. So they went to Bermuda and like, that the Caribbean, and then they also went to Japan, and she went to Australia. And so like, you know, she spent months or like a month, you know, on these trips. And back then, doing like these big trips, I'm sure you needed a lot of money. So I imagine she like had taken, I don't know if it's money that her husband left her when he died, but I just found it really interesting because she was a lot older in life when she went. She was, and as you can see from the photo, she is not young. And they're not great photos, but they show you what she looked like, and it's just amazing. And I can see my grandmother in um in some of the pictures, and the one picture, especially the lighter one that you can see better. So okay, so now what I'm doing with this layout is I took the envelope, and I took a lot of pieces, and I tried to pick pieces that showed like where she was going, and like Japan and California, you know, like she stopped in California and got on the cruise ships, and then went out to, you know, Sydney and Japan. So I did that now. So I'm also taking some of those clothespins. I'm going to use those. I really love them. I wanted one on the bottom because I'm just going to put one of those bigger ones from the One Canoe 2 collection, Twilight collection. There's some great pieces. So this is definitely pretty dimensional, and I put some of those pieces on pop dots because I wanted them to lift up. This is one of the things that I like to do in these types of albums, is make things dimensional and make them, you know, stick out, because I want those stories to stick out. I mean, you could keep it flat too if you're afraid you're not going to be able to close it very well, but you know. So yeah, I glued that one on because I didn't want it to move. And so that envelope, I made it, I did some of my journaling underneath it, but I added her information and like her, when she was born and when she died. And this is kind of stuff that you can, I just love how if I wanted to add extra journaling that I didn't want to put, so you can see, but I tried to make sure I utilize some of that grid space to write some little blocks of stuff. Didn't have to be perfect, but I can look at this and go, oh, what do I want to know about this, you know, my ancestor, or about how she traveled. And I just, like I said, I just find it so fun and interesting. And I was super excited to find these gems, because like I said, I would never have had a photo of her if I hadn't looked and seen that she had her passport photos. And yeah, maybe they're not the best photos, but I can see what she looks like. I can, like I said, I can see she looks so much like my grandmother. Who knows, maybe I'll look a lot like that when I'm older. But yeah, so it was super fun. I'm glad I could share this with you guys. I made this like a while ago, and I'm still behind on videos, so I apologize for that. But regardless, it's still a fun spread, and I really liked doing it in a different type of way than I normally do, because I usually don't do them in like notebooks and stuff. I mean, I use traveler's notebooks, but not like a notebook like this. So definitely don't be afraid to like switch how you're doing a layout. If you're stuck, do it in a different size, do it in a different type of album, you know, type of notebook or something, or you know, switch it up, because sometimes that's fun, and it's just a fun way to well, one, retell history, but also just tell these stories of you know, of the people in your life and the people who helped make you who you were. That's the great thing about scrapbooking, right? We have this opportunity to tell different stories in the way that it's going to have the most impact on us and our family. And so yeah, so I hope you guys are inspired by this. Definitely make sure you stay tuned for more videos and layouts. I should have quite a bit coming up soon, because I have quite a bit of stuff coming on. So I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great scrappy week. Bye.